Hi, Wednesday, July 6, 2016. Monaco 64 here, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. Uh, like to talk about the banking situation in Europe, especially in Italy. There's an article and an interview on Bloomberg with the chairman of Société Générale, which is one of the biggest banks in France, if not the biggest, or SocGen. His name is Lorenzo Bini Smaghi. He is Italian, and he was executive board member of the ECB, or European Central Bank, from 2005 to 2011. And basically, he's saying that Italy could spark a systemic banking crisis, which is not surprising to me and to probably a lot of you who listen to my videos. But this is coming from a very well-connected individual who's worked for the finance ministry in Italy, who's a Harvard professor as well. And as you know, Italy, the problem with Italy is that its banks are weighed by about almost $400 billion or 360 billion euros of non-performing loans or soured loans. And basically they can't write them down. Or, the banks don't have enough equity to cover it, and they can't raise the equity through the market because investors don't want to know. So Italy had to the Italian banks in April created this Atlas or Atlante fund, which I did mention in one of my previous videos. And the problem with this Atlante fund is it's been funded by major Italian banks or smaller Italian banks who themselves are in deep trouble. So you've got like the blind leading the blind. And it's interesting that Mr. Bini Smaghi has come out and said that this could lead to a systemic banking crisis. And he also talks about Brexit, the fact that it's putting a lot of uncertainty into the market. He notes that Switzerland took quite a few years to negotiate its relationship with the EU, and that it might take the UK many years to do so. And he said, markets, of course, don't like the uncertainty, and the UK has some bad macro numbers out there, like the current account deficit of 7%, a lot of debt, budget deficits, consumer deficit, consumer debt. He didn't mention that. He just mentioned the current account deficit, and that's why the pound's going down. And so it's not surprising, looking at the banks here this morning. RBS is at 151 pence. It's down 4%. Barclays is down 1.3%. Deutsche Bank is making a new low for the year. I think it's a new low for the year. It's down 6% at 11 euros 40. Up until recently, it had traded back up to 17. So all the banks are pretty much in trouble. Let's have a look at Monte dei Paschi in Italy. Well, that's up 8% today, but it's down. Let's see here, from July 2015. I mean, it was trading at 9 euros. Now it's trading at 29 cents. So that's Banca Monte dei Paschi. That's the bank that's in trouble right now, that the Italian government is trying to convince the EU to let them pump some money into that bank. It's the oldest bank in the world. It's been bailed out already a few times. And about 10 days ago, another Italian bank called Banca Veneto was bailed out by the Atlas Fund. But the Atlas Fund, as I said, is just it's like a blind leading the blind. It's it's like the banks that are in trouble helping the other ones that are in more trouble and that are a bit smaller. So interesting that Bini Smaghi says that the EU might have to suspend the rules and allow the Italian government to come in and bail out their banks. We'll have to see. And he says they might even have to suspend bail-in rules, which I guess would be good news for investors, but it's not good news at the same time that these banks are in deep trouble. So yeah, just thought I'd update you. Big influential banker saying that we could be on the cusp of a systemic banking crisis in Europe and the UK, for that matter. So I'll talk to you later. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe.